Trump's rally, Trump's first rally in I think over 100 days, was the other day. It was his rally in Oklahoma, Tulsa, I believe, and it was hyped up. Yeah, Oklahoma, Tulsa. It was hyped up. It was hyped up really big. He said the crowd was going to be furious. He said the crowd was going to be overwhelming. It was going to be unstoppable. It was going to be Trump's back at it campaign. It was going to be the kickstart of Trump's re-election for 2020, and it was going to be a massive show of force for the Republicans for their upcoming races, and at the top of the ticket, Donald J. Trump himself, to get another 4 years in office. But it didn't turn out exactly how he planned. Trump's Tulsa rally was underwhelming and an absolute failure on every single ground. There is no way on earth to come away from what we saw the other day and say that Trump's re-election is going to be anything but easy for him. In one of the reddest states in the country, he wasn't able to pack a 19,000 capacity stadium for his first ever, I believe his first ever rally in 2020. Actually, it was an unmitigated disaster. And the local fire department said that only 6,200 people showed up out of the 19,000 capacity that could have gone. And it just failed general admission, and it was just a failure on every single level. It was incredibly sad. But what's even funnier than this is that the lead up to this absolute disaster that was Brad Parscale. And Brad Parscale is the campaign manager for Donald Trump. And he tweeted a couple days ago, actually, over 1 million tickets requested for Donald Trump's MAGA rally in Tulsa Saturday. Temperature check, hand sanitizer, mask. Now, mind you, health experts have been saying for a long time that we should try to avoid unnecessary gatherings. Lots of people on the right will try to use the protest as some sort of contradictory statement against Trump being able to hold his rallies. The difference is, there's no like top-down CEO of protest going on telling people like we're going to have a protest here and there like across the country. It doesn't happen. With this is completely unavoidable. This could have gone differently. It could not have happened, especially where coronavirus cases are spiking all across the country. This could have been avoided. This put hundreds, if not thousands of people's, well, obviously thousands of people, almost maybe tens of thousands of people's lives at risk when people cluster together indoors in this way. Most people aren't wearing masks. Most people aren't social distancing. Well, most people a little closer to the stage aren't social distancing. We'll get into that. But it was a complete disaster for Trump. And what's even worse is that people didn't show up. People just didn't show up. And let me grab you a picture of what the rally actually looked like. This is like a weird like edited picture, but this is what the stadium looked like a couple hours. Well, actually a couple minutes. I think about 30 minutes before it opened up. And this is what it looked like. The top row completely empty. It was so underwhelming. It's so sad. This man is the president of the United States with his kickoff re-election rally that couldn't even pack a stadium that the Wiggles packed. The Wiggles packed the stadium. Pink packed the stadium. And Trump couldn't. Yes, the CEO of Antifa really couldn't match. So Brad Parscale was absolutely a clown in this. And to make it even better, it's that it wasn't just Trump failing. It wasn't just Parscale failing. It was a full frontal, unabridged attack on the president of the United States that I want to talk about here, because Zoomers and K-pop stans joined forces through TikTok to buy up and RSVP false tickets to go to the rally, to overwhelm their system, to make it seem like there was way more drive for this rally than there really was. If you remember, like I just showed you, Parscale said that there were over 1 million people looking to go. And it seems like the vast majority of those were little kids. And if we can take a look here, or about 18-year-olds. My 18-year-old granddaughter and everyone she knows did the same. This is her referring to people to people RSVPing tickets. Also, please ignore these ads. They're incredible. They're so invasive. My two teens and their friends have 500 plus tickets between them. My kids in their early 20s said they and lots of their friends went online and bought tickets to the rally, never intend on going, just to prank Trump. Wasn't just teenagers. I'm 60 and I've got 300 tickets and I'm an Oklahoma Democrat. My 17-year-old daughter and her friends did the same. I thought she was kidding me on how many teens were on board. Amazing. So this completely inflated their number. This is pure praxis, okay? This inflated their numbers to such an extent that Parscale came out to say that it was going to be amazing. 1 million tickets. It was so big. They bought it hook, line, and sinker so bad that Parscale actually took money from the campaign and built an overflow outside of the arena because they thought there were going to be so many people attending that they wouldn't have enough room inside the arena. They thought that 25,000, 30,000 plus people were going to show up and show support for Donald J. Trump. It didn't happen. Before the rally even began, they had to take down the overflow because they knew that it wasn't going to be used. It was a pure waste of money. They just threw it away. And I want to show you this little clip here, a little compilation that someone put together of Trump and his goons hyping up this rally so hard to make it seem like the Trump's is back rally is going to be incredible. Today you learned memeing can be practiced, sir, or ma'am, or they. Memeing has always been practiced. Shit, never underestimate meme magic and shit. Wait, what's the saying? Shit posting is real, and never underestimate meme magic. Never, ever.
Like you said, I don't know if people caught that, but over 1 million people have requested tickets to come to this event.
Well, look, I think you're evidenced, though, by seeing 1 million ticket requests for this rally in Tulsa. I think it's time.
They're so excited about it that you have no idea. And we have had so many signups. You know, there are lines of people now, and we won't be there for 3 days. They have lines of people right now trying to get into the.
Wait, did you ask if I have an OnlyFans? I don't have an OnlyFans, but if this Twitch channel doesn't pop off, I may have to start one, okay? I may have to start one.
Arena. I mean, they'll be there. They'll be early.
How many people
signed up? They'll be in one of those early front rows.
How many people signed up? Do you know?
Over 1 million people requested tickets. Well, there's just a hunger for the rallies. And
so you have this massive crowd. You have nearly 1 million tickets that are demanded out there. People pre-filling out their applications and whatnot to come in. What are you going to do with all these people that literally could be hundreds of thousands of people trying to come, and you've only got 19,000 seats indoors? What about all those other people? What are you going to do with them?
Well, there is an overflow crowd, but it really is a testament to people are ready to move on, and especially in Oklahoma.
They have a pretty.
Yeah, and that's them talking about the overflow that Trump was actually, there was a stage built in Overflow that Trump was supposed to speak at before the rally started. They had to tear it down because it wasn't going to happen. So if you see, Trump's campaign, Fox News, was hyping this up. They had crazy expectations, over 1 million tickets requested, and it was an absolute unmitigated failure on Trump's part. Like, it was incredible. And this is the same sort of psyop that the rights on 4chan has been trying to do for a long time for progressive movements and democratic movements, but it hasn't worked out exactly like this. This is by far one of the biggest upsets for an elected official ever. And I'm not sure exactly if that's what happened. If that's what was really caused there to be such little people. because Parscale came out later to say that they actually weeded out lots of like bad looking tickets, lots of questionable RSVPs and requests, which doesn't make him look better. It makes him look actually far worse. That this actually wasn't as bad as people are making it out to be from the K-pop stands and the TikTok teens. And it's actually just Trump failing to cobble together any sort of like a thing resembling like a massive movement in the country. The silent majority that he's been harping on and on about may not be that big. It may not be a majority anywhere near. Luxury Let's Play, thank you so much, and thank you for letting the American people know that letting everybody know that the American people are tired of women. Now that you've done that, the stain will not leave, and everybody knows that you hate women. I really appreciate it, honestly. And it was so bad that Fox News couldn't even spin it. This is Trump's one of Trump's campaign chairs. I did not notice the stream was up. Well, it's good to have you back, Valbadon. Nice to see you. Trump's campaign chair couldn't even hide it on Fox News. Here's a little clip that I want to show you.
They joined us, and they are family-oriented individuals who wanted to come out and be with us. But here we go.
I mean, we're showing
now
pictures
in a virtual
here.
time. We're going into
Look how bad that
we're
looks.
showing
over 5.3
please let me.
views that
Mercedes,
we saw
please
online.
don't filibuster. Mercedes, please don't filibuster. We're showing pictures here, and it shows big, empty areas. Frankly, it makes you guys look silly when you deny the reality of what happened. And as far as, you know, the social
We're not
distancing
denying the reality
on
of
the
what.
floor.
I don't know what you're saying. Are you? I'm telling
There were
you.
empty seats there. There were at least a third, if not a
even.
half, of the rally was empty. The arena was empty.
I'm going to say this again.
I mean, you can't deny it.
I'm going to.
So right now the Trump campaign is on like super big damage control to say that, it was actually not that bad, and actually protesters stop people from coming in, and they block metal detectors so we can, and this and that. No, people just didn't want to go. And this could be because of a plethora of reasons. It could be because he decided to hold a rally while the country is spiking in coronavirus cases across the country. And people really don't want to risk their life to see a geriatric old man sip from a cup of water and ramble and rant and rave about the same garbage that he has been for the last three and a half years. So that also could be something. But with these guys, they're trying their hardest to mitigate this as big as possible, and it's not working. It's just not working. Disarm cops and arm trans women. True. Based and epic. Trans rights here. Trans rights. I heard one black man was shot and killed, and another was seriously injured in Chop. So that they would know what he's talking about. It could be fake news. I heard the same. I'm not sure because there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on out of Chop. Well, a lot of like crazy like stories coming out of Chop from the like Max Payne warlord to the gun-toting femboys to now someone has been shot. I'm just not sure. I'm gonna let the story sit. I want to let the cops, deal with it. I want to let the authorities deal with it, and then wait to talk about it. If true, there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on, but Trump couldn't even hold in his dismay for what he saw at that rally, looking up at hundreds, thousands of empty seats in his rally. It was probably something that shook him to his core, because this is one of the saddest I've ever seen Donald Trump in my entire life. This is honestly like hilarious. Look at this dude's face. Oh, you gonna play? Here we go. Look at him, disheveled, defeated. Look at that half-ass like salute that he could barely muster to that Marine. Look at him. Look at this face. His tie isn't even tied. He has a crumpled hat, Make America Great Again hat in his hand. He untied the buttons on his shirt. Look at his face. Look, this is the face of a broken man. My man, I cannot even imagine the calls that he had on Air Force One and Marine One. I can't even imagine the calls that he had to make, the things that he had to say on those trips back to the White House from Oklahoma. Look at him. He looks like he was crying on the plane. Holy crap. This is the most defeated I've ever seen this man in his entire life. And he's a New York native. Listen, I've had Trump in my life for a long time, for better or for worse. As someone from New York, Trump's been like a fixture of like New York culture for a while, and this is the most broken I've ever seen this man in my entire life. And I actually have a picture to show you, to like, if you weren't able to catch it. This is a picture from one of the reporters. Look at this, because this says everything. This picture is 1,000 words. And I can only hope, I can only dream that this picture is going to encapsulate the entire 2020 election cycle. I can only hope. I can only hope that this is going to be it.